Okay, so I'm going to try and fix this broken hinge up here today. This is my get up. It's very, very sketchy. I'm going to try and undo some little... Problem is you can't stand on the bloody steps. Probably. There's these. I've got to take the screws out of those. That's going to make this go all floppy. But then I can get to that broken catch. I don't know if you can see it in there. But now let's try without trying to fall off and break my neck. Okay, so that's the bit that's broken. This white bit should be attached to this bit. That one's just got a pin missing through the middle, so that doesn't help either. Anyway, let's try and see if I can glue that back together. Not even sure this should have a metal pin through it, but I thought that was all plastic according to the internet. But anyway, let's see if I can make something, if I can glue that back together and then find a pin for that one. Okay, so that's the bit that's broken. It's broken across there. Should look like that. And ultimately, this. It's very difficult to film because I'm literally standing on a ladder through the roof. And the neighbours all think I'm mad. Which I am probably. Anyway, there you go. Right, so got to make it look like that. I just hope it's going to go back together okay. That one I need to get a pin in. That's the one I need to glue. Right, let's see how this goes. Right, so I've glued that, or epoxied it as best I can using that. It's the best thing. Gorilla Glue, just the best. Same as Duracell batteries, don't ever buy anything else. So I'm going to let that go off for a bit, and I need to find, as I say, a pin for that one out. Alright, so I found this bolt, like a coach bolt. So I'm going to just grind off this little square bit there so it goes into the thing a bit better. Obviously trim it using a death wheel, and that'll be alright. It'll work then. So I've ground off that end so it fits. It's going to fit a bit better in the thing, and it turns out it's about the right length anyway. Ask me how I know that. Anyway, let's put that on and see how it goes. There we go. In. Starts to fall inside the van. And that one, it's a little bit sticky because I had to put the glue on it, and it's working, and it's not moving around. Really, I need to let it go off a bit more. But it's getting there. It's working. The other thing I thought I'd do would be to just give this a wipe off with a bit of detailer. As soon as I've got it off, it's a lot easier to get at. Right, that's all polished up, clean. It's about as good as it's going to get, I think. What I'm going to do now is put it back on and just do up the middle one. Where are they? The middle one and the right hand one, not screw on the left hand one for the moment. That'll go off overnight, but those two will hold it. Let's see how that works. Alright, so what I've actually decided to do, you can't see it now because I've had to shut it because I couldn't do it any other way, but I've actually screwed all three of those hinges in. But what I've not done is put in the pins for the rams, so it's not pushing the skylight forwards, hence snapping that thing again. I'll see if I can get a shot from the outside. I'll try and get off on the roof, but so I'm just going to leave that shut now, and then just let that hinge go off. But now it's got that center hinge, So it's not, everything's not just relying on that one hinge in the corner now, and that one's sort of effectively repaired. So there's now three, well, at least two good hinges and one repaired hinge, which is better than one broken hinge. And just so then, yeah, one broken hinge, one pin missing, and one hinge doing all the work. Okay, so if you can see that it's glued on, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it should hold steady. I did put some glue underneath it, so it is effectively now glued to the roof of the van, but it should be enough to hold it. This here is the actual bit of the skylight which it actually isn't touching the glue, and the glue's gone off anyway, to be fair, so it shouldn't stick to it. But I think it's going to work. Fingers crossed. So the other thing I bought at the weekend was this little chrome embellishment for the exhaust, but it don't fit. However, I've got a cutting disc on that death wheel, so I'm going to slice along the bottom of there, whack it on. I think that will then be good enough for that to fit. Let's try it. It was £2. If it don't fit, it don't fit. But it's on there. There's a big groove in the bottom of it, but from up there, look, that looks expensive. That looks like a complete stainless steel exhaust I've just fitted. In hindsight, I should have got the longer one, but anyway, the other one wasn't so shiny. You know, £2 makes it look a bit better, didn't it?